How to take care of a baby pigeon. Taking care of a baby pigeon involves mimicking the behavior of their parents. Pigeon squabs stay in the nest for up to 6 weeks, so they will need up to 6 weeks of close attention. Hatching is hard work. Once the baby is free of its shell, it will need 12 hours of rest before feeding. The exception to this is if the baby is distressed. If so, consult a veterinarian. Baby pigeons spend the first couple of weeks of their life being brooded by their parents. Without parents, it falls on you to keep them warm. A heating pad set on a low level or a 40-watt heating bulb like you might use for a lizard are ideal. You could also use a pet snuggle heating pad or a water bottle filled with warm water and wrapped in a towel. Make sure warm at all times for the first few weeks of their life. When it comes to feeding them, be aware that baby birds don't actually eat worms, nor should you give them dairy milk. These items are not safe for a baby pigeon and won't provide the nutrients they need. Your baby pigeon will sleep for the first 12 hours after hatching. Once it's awake, you will need to feed them every couple of hours. Pigeon parents feed the babies crop milk, which is partially digested liquid that the baby bird takes directly from their parent's mouth. The best way to mimic the crop milk is to use a hand-rearing pigeon hatchling formula product. You'll need to gradually thicken the formula and increase the amount you offer as the days go by. When feeding your baby pigeon, you will want to mimic the natural feeding methods of the parent pigeons. Typically, the baby bird will insert its beak into the mother or father's pigeon mouth, and the crop milk will be transferred from parent to baby. Mimic this by feeding them with a small plastic syringe. Your baby pigeon's crop should let you know if they're hungry. It can be found between its throat and stomach. Gently feel the area, and if the crop is flat, they need to eat again. If it doesn't feel quite empty yet, don't feed them too much or they could become sick or distressed. Monitor the crop as you feed and stop when it feels a bit soft and squishy. It should feel like a balloon that's filled about 3/4 full with liquid. A baby bird also has small bubbles on its shoulders that fill up when it's had enough to eat. When they're full, stop feeding. Overfeeding your pigeon can be deadly, so pay close attention as you feed. Once the crop has become flat and the baby pigeon is cheeping for food, you can feed it again. Experts suggest allowing the crop to completely empty at least every 24 hours. If you notice your baby is in any kind of distress or appears to be breathing through an open beak, give them a chance to rest before you feed it again. Making a comfortable nest for your pigeon is important too. A basket lined with a towel is an easy way to do this. Be sure that there's a solid base on the bottom to stabilize the baby's feet so they don't splay, which can lead to foot problems as the pigeon gets older. As the baby gets older, be sure that its bedding is wide and large enough to give it space to spread its wings.